everyone, thanks for coming back to the channel. In today's video I have something very simple for you guys. I'm going to be telling you guys everything you need to know as far as tips and features on the 2020 C43 AMG. So pretty much all the facelifted models ranging from the years 2019 to 2022. Now if you're new to the channel and you just enjoy car content, please like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. I really appreciate all the support. But first, so no one likes or wants a dirty car, so that's why I highly suggest you go check out Shine Armor on their website. They have a bunch of detailing products, and as long as you use discount code EURO, you'll get a 20% off all your purchases, no matter what they are. As long as they're on the website, just be sure to use the discount code for 20% off. Alright, so the first feature or tip, I guess if you guys want to consider it, is actually something that has to do with being underneath the hood. So obviously now you guys can tell the hood's open. You open it normally just like this. And over here, this is pretty much your standard look of the hood. Now, I think this is available in all Mercedes or most Mercedes cars and AMGs. But if you look closely over here, there's like a little button over here. It says press. So with one hand, preferably your thumb if you want. I mean, that's what I just find more comfortable. You just click the press button. You'll feel like a little click. And then with your other hand, you just push the hood back. And it opens a little bit more, and now this is pretty much the view of the car. So I'm pretty sure this is like a small feature just for any technicians, or if anyone's working on the car and they just need some more room to service the car, or whatever the case may be, or just to get a better look of the engine bay. Honestly, it's nothing too crazy. I think it's just something small, I guess, that you should know about. Again, just a little tip for you guys. This is just tip number one, giving you guys a little walk around of what this car looks like now. So now the hood is fully extended up and you have the full service look, and pretty much this is the difference in what it looks like. Now to close this, very simple. So you don't press this. You would with one hand just push the hood back, and then you would press the second button, and then it would fall back down to its first face. And once the hood is just like this now, again back to how we were when we first started, you just grab the top of the hood and close it. Simple as that, nothing too crazy. So that's going to be tip number one. So tip number two, since we're still talking about some of the tips and features on the outside of the car, would be now on the back of it in the trunk. Now I'm pretty sure most cars these days have this, but again, in case you didn't know, this is just pretty much for your knowledge. So let's say your hands are full, you have a bunch of groceries in your hand, and you really need to open this trunk without putting your keys down. Very simple. You just look down, swipe your leg across the trunk area, and boom, it pops open. Now obviously, as you guys can tell, my trunk is pretty full. I have a spare tire and other stuff in there that I usually need. And so yeah, that's pretty much it. You just swipe your leg down there. There should be a sensor on the bumper over there that reads your foot. And then obviously to close it, you just press this button over here, as you guys can see. And boom, pretty much it. Very simple, very convenient. Again, comes in very handy if you have a lot of things in your hand. You just need the trunk open and your keys are not able to be grabbed, or whatever the case may be. You can just do that. And again, just another feature for you guys to know. And then the last and final tip I have for you guys, with I guess having to deal with the outside of the car, is going to be dealing with this guy right here, the key. So if you guys have keyless entry, which most cars do these days, and if you guys don't know what that is, I'll pretty much show you what that is. So let's say your keys are in your pocket, the car is locked. If the keys are close enough to the car, you put your hands like this. Literally, you don't even have to grab it. The car opens, as you guys can see, and you can get into it and do whatever you got to do and start driving along. Now, if you guys need to disable keyless entry, because let's say you're washing your car and you get water around the handles and it starts unlocking and locking, all you would have to do, click the lock button twice. It beeps twice. So now if I want to go open the car, as you guys can see, it's not opening. My hand's here, the car's securely locked, and I cannot get into it unless I actually click the unlock button once, and it opens up back again. So that's going to be tip number 3 for you guys. So this is going to be tip number 4. Now we're currently sitting inside the car. I know it looks a little bit dirty, not the best, but let's get straight to it. So normally when you get inside the car, most people just put the foot on the brake, put one finger over here on the start button, as you guys can see, and then the car will turn on. And there's honestly nothing wrong with that when you have to go somewhere normal, or just just turn it on. But if you want to be a little bit dramatic and you have time and you just want to have fun a little bit, so what you would do is something called the emotion start, and I'm gonna show you guys how to do it. So basically, you would put one foot on the brake, so preferably your right leg just pressed on the brake, And then with your right hand, press the upshift button or downshift button. But personally, I just like to grab the right upshift button because it's more convenient for me. And then with your left hand, just use one finger, click the start button all at once, and you'll get a more dramatic startup. I'll play a clip for you guys to show you guys what that sounds like. Honestly, it's one of the best things about this car. And if you can always turn your car on like this, honestly, it's honestly very fun. And then another tip that I would suggest, you guys have to know, obviously, or a feature, whatever you guys want to consider these, would definitely have to be how to learn this guy right here, your steering wheel. So in the facelifted models, they're obviously updated, so they have a little bit more technology compared to the previous models. So the way I like to look at the steering wheel is pretty much kind of imagine like a line down the middle. So this left side of the steering wheel pretty much controls this right here, your digital dash and what you see on your display. And then this side of the steering wheel, meaning right here, pretty much just controls everything you see on your navigation system, or where your navigation usually would be. So if I was to click this home button over here and use this pad to scroll, and let's say I wanted to choose my ambient lighting colors, I would just go to light settings, ambient lighting, and then use it right here to pretty much choose what color I want. Obviously it's not really going to show right now because it's daytime, but you guys get the point. Now coming back over to the digital dash, as you guys can see, now maybe I don't want it to be in super sport mode. I would just click this home button over here, use this pad to scroll right. Come on. Sometimes, I'm not gonna lie, it can be a little bit finicky. And then let's say I wanted to go into classic. Just a nice different look. If you guys want to change it up sometimes, if you get bored of looking at this, maybe I want to go into sport, show you guys what that looks like. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So it's like a nice little tip or feature that you guys can learn to use in this car. It makes things much easier rather than just looking at a bunch of boring analogs all the time. And honestly, I'm a big fan of it. But again, if you learn how to control or use the steering wheel, it will help you with pretty much controlling all the cars by your fingertips without really having to stress out while you're driving. And it just makes life so much easier. And then the last tip or feature would have to pretty much be deal with right here, this dynamic button. So there's 5 different modes. So if I click this down twice, as you guys can see, I have Sport Plus mode over here. Let me fix the camera for you guys real quick. If I go up one, this is Sport. You guys can see all of the drive modes. There's Comfort, which is pretty much for like your everyday cruising. Individual, which is the one I really want to talk about, which I will in a bit. And then of course Slippery, if you guys are experiencing bad weather such as rain, snow, or whatever the case may be. But this right here, so right now I'm currently on reduced mode. I have the suspension in comfort. It's obviously in park. The performance exhaust is on because I have this button on right here, and this button is very, very important. And then so basically right here, when I want to go into individual mode, I can pretty much customize how I want the car to drive. So right now it's in reduced mode, and this mode right here, fun fact, actually saves you guys a lot of gas as to compare just to be regular driving it in comfort mode. So right here, your engine pretty much works less, saves more gas, and it's obviously a win-win situation if you're really not in the mood to go crazy. So, but I can also just, decide if I want to drive the car in moderate mode, and then so now every time it's just there, or if I want it in sport or dynamic, it's very simple. And then I can also get to control the transmission, as you guys can see right there. So I can have it in manual, or if I want to, I can have it in drive. And then also the suspension is at my comfort of choice. I have it in comfort right now, but I can put it in sport or sport plus. Obviously in the city driving, you want it in comfort because it is a little bit, stiff, but it's not the stiffest. But obviously in comfort mode, it just makes life much easier going around from A to B in city driving. Exhaust system, this thing right here, which I was showing you guys earlier, where is it? This button for sure has to always stay on. It's honestly what really gives you the more of the experience about this car. If you have it off, honestly, what are you doing? So the exhaust system definitely has to be on. And then this is pretty much your traction control. So obviously right now I have it in sport, but if you guys want to turn it off, this is pretty much your traction control button. So what you would do is just hold this right here for about 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3. And then as you guys can see right there, let me fix the camera for you guys. The traction control off button comes up over there, and it shows as well on that side. Alright guys, so that's pretty much going to wrap up the video. Those were like some of the basic and mandatory tips and features that you guys should know. Especially if you're new to Mercedes and AMG and you're looking into a facelifted model C43. Again, there are tons of things that this car has to offer that I didn't, tell you guys or show you guys, because they're really not that important. They're just like little things, but this was like these were some of like the main features I would highly recommend telling you guys, because obviously I had to learn these on my own. No one really told me, so I'm just making this video to help anyone who actually wants to know about this stuff. So that's pretty much it. If you guys are new here to the channel, please like, comment, subscribe. I appreciate all the support. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.